Very recently, Corinthian Colleges, which was one of the big corporations that had operated a number of for-profit colleges, essentially dissolved because of the fact that it was defrauding so many students, and the federal government went after them. Now that Corinthian Colleges doesn't exist, any type of so-called degree or diploma that students were pursuing were null and void. And so there was an agreement by the federal government under the Obama administration to provide debt relief to these students because they essentially ended up taking out loans after being defrauded, and they didn't get a good education or even any type of degree as a result of that. Now, in comes Betsy DeVos, and things are a little different. Even though the federal government under Obama agreed to a debt relief program, Betsy DeVos is essentially ignoring that program. So let's give you some info on that. The US Education Department has stopped canceling the student loan debt of people defrauded by failed for-profit schools, and those borrowers face mounting interest and other burdens. So let's focus on the second portion of that because that's honestly one of the more relevant parts. So these people applied to get their their loans forgiven, their debt forgiven. And as they're waiting to hear back from the Department of Education, interest is piling on to that outstanding loan. And they went to Corinthian Colleges, they were told by the government that they're gonna get those loans forgiven, and then all of a sudden they're getting denied, or they're not even hearing back from the Department of Education. So now they're stuck owing more than they originally would have, and it's because Betsy DeVos loves the for-profit colleges, does not want to relieve this debt. So according to this report by the Inspector General, DeVos also brought the existing cancellation process to a crawl. So to give you specific numbers, since Trump's inauguration on January 20th, the department has received 25,991 claims for discharging loans. It has denied 2 requests and approved none. That's it. That's all they've done with all of those claims. Just completely ignoring them or denying 2 of them. That's it.
So to give you some context, in about the last half a year of Obama's administration, they got 46,274 claims, so more than under Trump. They didn't, unlike Trump, they denied none of them. Okay, now they couldn't approve all of them because it goes through a process, and they could only do so much in that last half a year. But they approved, so Trump approved none. Obama approved 27,986. So if you have student loans, it is crystal clear who's on your side and who's against you. So the Trump administration is on the side of the banks. Hey, you got a crap education from this for-profit college. It was worthless. You got rooked, you got robbed. Obama came in and said, for the people who were robbed, you know what? We don't want to help your robbers, okay? We want to make sure that you're not burdened with that, because you can't even do anything with that, right? You can't, and it went under. So there's all the money that you spent on that is now totally useless. You can't even get a job with it.
It's even worse than this, right? Because look, they did defraud these students. So they inflated gainful employment numbers. For instance, let's say you were going to one of these schools to become a chef. I always give this example because it's easy to understand. If you're a student, maybe inquiring about the program, you want to know what is the likelihood of me getting a job if I take out all these loans and get an education here. And the recruiters, who were incredibly aggressive, would tell the students, well, 95% of our student body go on to become chefs. But in reality, they would use numbers from former students who were employed at McDonald's as examples of people who got gainful employment as chefs. So that's just one example. They would do all sorts of tricky things to convince these students to take out these loans. And the reason why the Obama administration regulated these for-profit colleges was because the taxpayers in America were on the hook for a lot of these loans. 95% or more of the revenue that would go into these for-profit colleges were because of federal student loans. And so Obama's like, no, we're not gonna do this. This is not okay. You know who is okay with that? Betsy DeVos. She hates those regulations. The gainful employment regulations that apply to for-profit colleges, hates them. And she was very clear about that during her confirmation hearings. So she wants to further deregulate these for-profit colleges, who will in turn obviously, because they have a profit motive, continue to defraud these students, okay? And then when they can't pay back these loans, who do you think is on the hook? Yeah, the students are on the hook, but that's taxpayer money.
So, yeah, so if you're a big bank, you're gonna love the Trump administration because you're gonna get to make more loans and then they're gonna be forced to pay back whether it makes sense or not. Also, of course, that all affects the US taxpayers because a lot of it is backed up by us. But if you're a student, they're not looking out for you at all.
They don't care about you. Look at the tax proposals. They want to tax your stipend, the measly stipend you get as a graduate student. They want to tax tuition that's been waived. The GOP and the Trump administration does not care about the little guy. They've never cared about the little guy, and if you ever bought into it, you were conned. It's time to wake up.
They're gonna tax your stipend that you're barely surviving on. But they made a new loophole for private jets in that same tax cut plan. Betsy DeVos was not put in to become the Secretary of Education to get you more educated. She was brought in to do the opposite. Funnel as much of the taxpayer money into private organizations that are going to get rich off of it as possible, okay? And to make sure that the public schools are starved and that the students at this point, even the ones that were defrauded, are going to have to suffer and try to pay back those loans anyway. Well, to us, this looks like the problem. To them, it looks like mission accomplished. If you want to get the whole Young Turks show every single day, become a member, tytnetwork.com/join. And once you do, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
Or you might say,
I think it's weird.
Or you might say,
oops.
No, that won't be that one. It won't be that one. It'll be great, trust me. tytnetwork.com/join.